What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and we are back for another video on our Life is Strange community series, a community series that airs every other Wednesday here on our channel. And in this video, I wanted to do a little bit different kind of video, a little bit of more of a discussion video. And I want to talk about if Deck 9 games would have made Life is Strange 2, if it would be better, what kind of game it would be, how things would be different if they did this. So Deck 9, if you guys don't know, which I assume you guys probably do, they are the makers of Before the Storm, the one with Chloe. And they also made the farewell episode to Max and Chloe, and I personally believe they did a phenomenal job with Life is Strange. I think they took the property of Life is Strange, and I think they just really knocked it out of the park. They had to prove themselves to Don't Nod. They kind of had like an audition, basically, if they were going to be able to make their game, and I think they knocked it out of the park. I think, they kept the core of what Life is Strange is, and they were given, or they wanted to choose, or however that came about. They had Chloe as the main character. They had a different voice actress for her. We got to see Rachel Amber, and we got to do things in a smaller, amount of episodes, and not necessarily with the main Life is Strange formula of powers. Now, Chloe had like that talkback feature, so you did have some kind of interactive, like kind of superhero power, you could say, with her. But they did such an incredible job with that, and then that farewell episode, I think, was a really fantastic episode. So basically, in the beginning of this video, right now, I just kind of want to say what I thought of that, and I did reviews for them. I played all the episodes, I live streamed them, so you guys can go find that on the channel. But I really loved Before the Storm. I know a lot of people did, and it's funny because when Life is Strange 2 was coming out, and right after Before the Storm, right after that farewell episode, my initial thought was, they did a great job, phenomenal job, but now it's time for the big boys, the original creators, the ones that know Life is Strange better than anybody else. It's time for them to step up to bat. And they did the Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit, and that was a solid thing, I guess. And now we have Life is Strange 2, and I have a variety of opinions on that game. And again, you guys can check out those videos. They're all under the Life is Strange community series playlist. I made a lot of videos of a lot of criticism. I've really criticized Life is Strange 2 a lot because I want it to be great. I want it to be a game of the year. I think Life is Strange, the first season, is one of the best games I've ever played. I think I'll always think that. And I think Before the Storm is phenomenal. I don't think it's up to the level of Life is Strange Season 1, but I do think it's really good. Basically, what I'm saying, though, is Don't Nod has really, in my opinion, dropped the ball for Life is Strange 2. I think they've done really a not great job. The characters are everything is underwhelming. Everything is disappointing. It's taking them too long. And I feel like they're doing just a lot of things that are kind of betraying the trust, the love, and everything that they had gotten from people after Season 1. And it almost feels like, to me, and like the title of this video, Deck 9 games, I think they proved themselves. I think they proved themselves with Before the Storm. And I don't know what they're working on now. If you guys are watching, you guys know, maybe you can leave in the comments below. I feel like when it came out, they had talked about the possibility of making a Before the Storm 2 or making another game in the Life is Strange world. So maybe they are making another Life is Strange game. But, I think with the current landscape of things and how people think of it, it's always going to be kind of how I thought of it. Like, oh, you guys did a great job. You really knocked it out of the park. But at the same time, Don't Nod is the top dog. They're the ones who made the franchise. They're making the main installment games, right? Life is Strange 1, Life is Strange 2. You guys made Before the Storm, a prequel, yada. So, that is, I think, how a lot of people are always going to think about that. But the question is, what if you were to have given Life is Strange 2 to Deck 9? Would it be a better game? Currently, at this standstill, I think yes. I think right now, Deck 9 proved more to me in the last time we've seen them with Before the Storm. And not just that, okay, because they handled Chloe, they handled Rachel Amber, they handled that entire, situation extremely well, but then they took it one step forward, and they're the ones who did the farewell episode. So they brought back Hannah Tell, who was the voice actress of Max, and we got to play as Max again. And just the respect and the attention to detail and knowing what makes Life is Strange so amazing, they were able to do that with all those episodes, basically the 4 episodes. They were able to do that. And so, the last time I look at them, I think, wow, what an outstanding job. When I'm looking at Don't Nod right now, I'm thinking you guys have a lot of problems, okay? Because Life is Strange 2 is not good, and Don't Nod in general has never been the greatest studio in the world, and it's kind of something I've always overlooked, and maybe something I can make a video of at a later date. date. But they have never been a studio that has been top notch. They made Remember Me, they made Vampire, which I did not like the game. In fact, I hated that game. They're making a game currently that's going to come out relatively soon that I'll cover as well. So they really don't have the greatest portfolio of things that they've done. Life is Strange is really the only thing in recent memory that they've done well. So now with the season 2, I just feel like they're not living up to expectations. And it's not like Deck 9 could make a Life is Strange 3. If a Life is Strange 3 ever were to come out, it would be Don't Nod. If Deck 9 were to make something, maybe they can make something in between Life is Strange 2 and 3. It's also a little unfair as well to kind of throw them in the mix because they didn't have to necessarily, and again, they completely fleshed out Rachel Amber. We knew a little bit about her, but we didn't know a ton about her, and they really gave her personality, a story, a relationship, a life. They really did all of those things, but at the same time, they were using established characters. And again, Rachel, you go back and forth with that, but they were given Chloe. We know who Chloe is. We know who Max is, and we know what Arcadia Bay. We know the school. We know all of these things. Don't Nod now for Life is Strange 2 is trying to do completely brand new things, new characters, new setting, new story, new everything, and that's tough. So it's not fair exactly to compare the two because Don't Nod is doing something differently than what Deck 9 did. It's just I can't help but think that Deck 9 may have been able to do a better job with this, and it just goes along with all the other videos I've said in the past criticizing this game. I really don't understand why the game is taking so long to release. I don't like the release schedule. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think the episodes are worth the wait time. I don't think the episodes are good in general. And just overall, this season is really hurting. Not my love of Life is Strange, because I'll always love the first season, but it's ruining the future, I think, of Life is Strange. It's ruining Don't Nod. It's ruining just a lot of things that I'm just flat out not happy with. So, that's just my overall opinions. I personally would, again, in an alternate reality, an alternate dimension, I would have liked to see what Deck 9 would have been able to do with Life is Strange 2. If Don't Nod was like, you know what, I'm done with it, we're not doing it anymore, we're going to pass it off, would Deck 9 be able to do it better than the makers of it themselves? It's a question you could ask yourself for any studio if they were to give an IP to an established IP to another studio to make the next game. It's like, well, if that future game is better than the games of the past, could you say that they're a better maker of that game? I don't know. That's actually a tough question to answer. So guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think about Life is Strange? What do you think about Life is Strange Season 2? And what do you think about Deck 9? Do you think that, well, firstly, what do you think that they're working on? Do you think they are working on another Life is Strange game? And secondly, do you think they could have done Life is Strange 2 better than Don't Nod is so far? Or do you just disagree with everything that I've talked about in general? Let me know all of that in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Podcast Now. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go out. Again, they go out every other Wednesday on our channel, and we will see you on the next video.